than us. Such etiquette does not apply in regard to Vedic mantras, except in relationship except in relationship to Vedic mantras. Seniority is determined by age, but one may offer respectful obeisances to a younger person who is advanced in chanting Vedic mantras. Therefore, although you are junior in relationship to us, you may become our priest without hesitation. So here, the main point is that person who is advanced in doing some activities or spiritual matters, he should be respected accordingly. Doesn't matter whether he is younger in age or older in age. Main thing is how much he is superior in learning the shastras and explaining them and practicing them. And more important is practicing them. Purport: it is said, Vridhatvam vayase vina. One may be senior without being advanced in age. Vridhatvam vayase vina. Even if one is not old, one gains seniority if he is senior in knowledge. Vishwarup was junior in relationship to the demigods because he was their nephew. But the demigods wanted to accept him as their priest, and therefore he would have to accept obeisances from them. The demigods explained that this should not be a cause for hesitation. He could become their priest because he was advanced in Vedic knowledge. Sometimes I wonder if Prabhupada had not written all these purports, how would we understand the flow of the chapter, the inside details, and that too in a very common language? I'm not born with some learned English, learned Sanskrit and Bengali. Just because these books have been translated, you are able to get the whole gist of the whole story. And some of the points which Prabhupada highlights are like his experience based things, like Vridhatvam Vayase Vina, where it is quoted, we don't know. We have to search out. We have technology, we can search out now. But when Prabhupada was writing, it was his experience and learned things. He was not searching on Google, where is Vridhatvam? I will quote here. Vishwarup was junior in relationship to the demigods because he was their nephew. But the demigods wanted to accept him as their priest, and therefore he would have to accept obeisances from them. The demigods explain that this should not be a cause for hesitation. He would become their priest because he was advanced in Vedic knowledge. Similarly, Chanakya Pandit advises Nicha Dapi Uttamam Jnanam. One may accept education from a member of a lower social order. So these kind of statements and these kind of personalities like Chanakya Pandit, Prabhupada that's why quotes him, because such statements establishes those facts which are beyond caste and greed. Like in India, many people say that there is a lot of caste and greed, think people divide each other. But such statements of Prabhupada and such statements of Chanakya Pandit very beautifully says we can take education, we can take knowledge. And another example is given how a person will not think about that whether he has to pick up some gold from the drainage system or not. When drainage system there is some gold, he will pick up and take it at home. Similar knowledge wherever it is best available. It's not available on social media, definitely. A lot of reels and people make Krishna kehte hain, Krishna kehte hain. None of those things have been said by Krishna. Krishna speaks something different in Bhagavad Gita. The Brahmanas, the members of the most elevated Varna, are teachers. But a person, Radha Vrindavan Vihari Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Gaurang Mahaprabhu ki jai. The Brahmanas, the members of the most elevated Varna, are teachers. But a person in a lower family, such as a family of Kshatriya, Vaishyas, or even Shudras. So lower statuses of families are apart from Brahmanas. May be accepted as a teacher if he has knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of this when he expressed this opinion before Ramananda Rai in Madhya Leela, 8th chapter, 128 verse. Kiba vipra kiba nasi shudra ke nanai yai Krishna tattva veta se guru hoy. It doesn't matter whether one is a Brahmana, Shudra, Grastha or a sannyasi. These are all material designations. A spiritually advanced person has nothing to do with such designation. Therefore, if one is advanced in the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his position in human society, he may become a spiritual master. Text number 34. Abhyarthita surgane purohite mahatapa sa vishwarupastan aha prasanna salakshanaya gira. Srila Shukdev Goswami continued. When all the demigods requested the great Vishwarupa to be their priest, Vishwarupa, who was advanced in austerities, was very pleased. He replied to them as follows. Shri Vishwarup said, "O demigods, although the acceptance of priesthood is discreed as causing the loss of previously acquired Brahminical power, how can someone like me refuse to accept your personal request? You are all exalted commanders of the entire universe. I am your disciple and must take lessons from you. Therefore, I cannot refuse you. I must agree for my own benefit." Text number 36. These were the verses which were given to me today. The exalted governors of various planets, the true Brahmana who has no material possessions, maintains himself by the profession of accepting Sinlochana. In other words, he picks up grains left in the field and on the ground in the wholesale marketplace. By this means, householder Brahmanas who actually abide by the principles of austerity and penance maintain themselves and their families and perform all necessary pious activities. How can somebody practice nowadays? Go roaming around and just picking up grains wherever it is thrown on the streets and just sustain himself. But he was doing that. A Brahmana who desires to achieve happiness by gaining wealth through professional priesthood must certainly have a very low mind. Those Brahmanas who think that they can gain wealth by practicing some rituals, they are having very low mind. How shall I accept such priesthood? Last verse for today. All of you are my superiors. Therefore, although accepting priesthood is sometimes reproachable, I cannot refuse even a small request from you. I agree to be your priest. I shall fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions. So here we see how Vishwarup is saying to all the demigods that I will dedicate my life for whatever you say as a service to me. Let's see for today how the followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dedicated their life in the service of Lord Chaitanya. So this verse comes in chapter number 12, text number 1 of Gundicha Marjanam. Today is the festival of Gundicha Marjanam. So I thought I will dedicate the whole lecture on that. Shri Gundicha Marjanam Atma Vrinde Sammarjayam Kashnata Sagora Sa Chittava Chittalamujvalam Cha Krishna Upasanam Upaikam Chakara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and cleansed the Gundicha temple with his devotees and associates. In this way, he made it as cool and bright as his own heart. Lord Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's heart is Radharani's heart. He's having a consciousness of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is having the purest of all consciousness. So he is going to serve in a way that he will make the temple of Gundicha as clean as possible. And here it is said, he made it as cool and bright as his own heart. And thus he made the temple a befitting place for Lord Krishna to sit. So this chapter, in the beginning of this chapter, there are some verses which describes how Prataprud Maharaj is requesting Ramananda Rai and Sarvam Bhattacharya to have some darshan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every time is refusing to meet Prataprudra Maharaj, and sometimes he gives some hints that he is pleased by Prataprudra Maharaj. And this time, when all the devotees are requesting, and especially the Nityanand Prabhu is requesting Lord Chaitanya, at least meet once. He's very great devotee. He's always helping us also in various efforts of preaching in Sankirtan movement. So meet him once. He will be very much happy to see you. So Lord Chaitanya was refusing all the time. So one time Nityanand Prabhu said, all the if you are not meeting, give your outer clothes as a gift to him. He will be happy to take. So Prataprud Maharaj gets the outer cloth of Lord Chaitanya. He places that outer cloth on the asana, simhasana, and worships that cloth. But still, he was still feeling that please again request Lord Chaitanya that he can meet me once. I will be very happy. So again, Ramanand Rai was a governor and he was working with Prataprudar Maharaj, and he was given a free seva. Ramanand Rai was told that you go and serve Lord Chaitanya, I will give you full salary also. Just like a backup person who is serving Lord Vrindavan Vihari. Many people are not getting chance to serve Lord Vrindavan Vihari, but he's being paid also and he's getting service also. In a transcendental way, we can think like this. So he's serving also Lord and he's getting salary also. So Ramananda Rai was also given such an opportunity that he can serve Lord Chaitanya and he was given full salary also. So when Ramananda Rai came, he was a very close associate of Lord Chaitanya. So when he approached and he told that Prataprud Maharaj very anxious to meet you, please meet him once. So uh, Lord Chaitanya says, do you think it is right for you to say to me like this that I should meet a Raja of Prataprudra Maharaj? Ramananda Sai, but he's a very great devotee of yours. So Lord Chaitanya says, so many devotees are coming and requesting me to meet him. Bring him his son. I will meet his son. Son is as equivalent to the father. He's a ansha of father only. So I can meet his son. So Pratap Rudra Maharaj at that time very intelligently decorates his son as Krishna. He's having a dark complexion and pitambar dhoti and various jewels mala. He decorates his child like that. So when that son comes, Prataprud Maharaj's son comes near Lord Chaitanya, he becomes ecstatic and he feels Krishna Prem in his heart. So indirectly, he was giving mercy to Prataprud Maharaj by embracing that son who is like Krishna now. And he says, Lord Chaitanya says, from today onwards, this son of Prataprud Maharaj will be one of among one of us. Like many associates of Lord Chaitanya are there, so he will also be counted as one of the associates. So this story comes in the beginning of this chapter, and after that, a tremendous and Uddand Kirtan happens, where all the devotees are dancing and joyfully celebrating this event. And when this child goes back to Prataprud Maharaj, he becomes very happy. He embraces and he says, "You are very Bhagyavan. I have not got darshan of Lord Chaitanya till now, although he is staying in my kingdom only. I have only arranged his stay, a room where he can stay, but he's not giving me darshan. But at least he has given darshan to his child." So he was very happy to see his child getting blessings of Lord Chaitanya. Then one day it happens that Lord Chaitanya, when he was performing these pastimes, he calls three people near to him. One is Padiyacha. Padiyacha is actually a post which is given to a person who is a temple commander, or we can say service scheduler. He's sitting in front of us. So he schedules everyone's service, what needs to be done in a temple. So he calls three people. Kashi Mishra, the temple manager, you can say, Padiyacha, and the third one was Sarvam Bhattacharya. And Mahaprabhu calls them, although many devotees are there, but specifically he calls these three. Why? Because Sarvam Bhattacharya and that temple manager are directly handling the affairs of Sri Mandir, the temple of Lord Jagannath. तीन जन पाशे प्रभु हासे कहिला गुंडीचा मंदिर मार्जन सेवा मांगी गेला. He's asking a service to these temple commanders. Please give me service to clean the temple of Gundicha. So here the lesson is service is being asked, not allotted. Like he schedules everyone's services. Actually, service is being asked by Lord Chaitanya, please give me this service. Although he's in such a elevated position, everybody knows he's Krishna himself. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Hirne. Everybody knows he's Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. His associates also know. Sarvam Bhattacharya was recently transformed. He also knows now. A 7 day conversation happened between them, and Lord Chaitanya transformed his heart. But he's still requesting, as if his disciple, that please allow me to serve in Gundicha temple and clean that temple. Seva Magi Leela. The temple managers are asked for these services, not like forced or by a temple manager. So Lord did not give order to anyone. When he wanted to clean the Gundicha temple, he doesn't give orders to anyone. Let's go. I'm the leader. You don't know who am I. Let's follow me. So he first asked the service, then in the future verses, he will set an example also that how a leader should behave in a way that he inspires all others, not just he's taking a gang of those paid laborers, but he's taking a people who are actually inspired to serve. So because he's in the mood of Srimati Radharani, so one devotee was saying that service is ascending and grace is descending. So when we serve through parampara, it ascends to the platform of Srimati Radharani and reaches Krishna. Through parampara, then previous devotees, previous acharyas, slowly it reaches. If our sincere efforts are there, our recommendation will reach to the topmost abode of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. And then the mercy will descend through that parampara only. So our service reaches to Krishna through parampara, and mercy is received also through parampara. One cannot artificially or independently do acts and think that he will attain Krishna's mercy someday. Just like in the morning, we sing Tulsi Aarti, Ei Nivedana Dharo, Sakhir Anugata Karo. Please do some mercy on me so that I can get some service for Radha and Krishna. Seva Adhikar Pai. Then we get Seva Adhikar. So some are Bhakti Adhikaris, and then we become Seva Adhikaris. That we are qualified now to perform some service to Krishna and Radharani. Padicha kahe ami sab sevaka tomar. So he's saying, the temple manager is saying, why you are requesting us? You are your servants only. You should actually order us that we should actually take everyone and do this service. Why you are requesting us? Ami sevak tomar. हम सब सेवक हैं आपके. ये तुम्हारा इच्छा से ही कर्तव्य अमार. Whatever you desire is actually our duty to be done. A very beautiful lesson we can take, whether we are educated, non-educated, doctors, engineer, whatever we are, whatever post earlier we had or right now we had, but whatever is desired by spiritual master is actually a kartavya for us. Whatever his desire is there is actually a duty for us, whether you love it or not, but it's a duty which has to be performed. So he says, Padyacha says, the manager says, what to speak of us? The king of this place is also your devotee. Mahaprabhu says, again the king word comes. Everybody comes and says this same thing only. Earlier the devotees were saying, then Nityanand Prabhu said, then Ramananda Rai said. Again everybody is forcing me to somehow get notice of this king, Pratap Rudra Maharaj. So, ये तुम्हारा इच्छा से ही कर्तव्य अमर. This is our duty. Please instruct us. विशेष राजारा आज्ञा हैया छे अमार प्रभु आज्ञा ये से शीघ्र करी बार. Specially, the king has instructed us. Whatever you desire should be executed. They're glorifying the king in between. Pratap Rudra Maharaj is glorified that how he has instructed all his people in the city and kingdom that whatever is desired by Lord Chaitanya, please execute that for his service. Now, important thing they say, Tomara yogya seva nahi mandir marjana. You should not do and personally go and clean this temple. Just imagine if some senior devotee, GBC member comes and starts cleaning this temple, then everybody, the whole temple will come. Why, Maharaj, you are doing this? This is not like you can instruct us, you can guide us, you can tell what you desire for this cleaning and all. We will do that. So here this temple manager also says, Tomara yogya seva nahi mandir marjan. But why you are doing then? If this service is not actually to be done by you. Ek alila kara ye tumhara man. But you are doing some pastimes by you are doing some leela out of this. By cleaning the temple of Gundicha, this will be remembered, this will be followed, and this will be practiced by all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who will come in the future. How many of you have been there when in one of the incident of Gundicha Marjan? Anybody on that? I got one chance in life when I was there on that day when Gundicha Marjan was happening. And I was amazed. It was my first time, so I was thinking, what is happening? Everybody distributing jhadu to everyone. They were distributing, sometimes devotees distribute prasad and so many things, but they were distributing brooms to everyone on that day. So much rush was there. So much cleanness happened that I was thinking, where to clean now? So they have done so much, but still, as a service, we have to do that cleaning. So, ei ek leela kara ye tumhara man. You have you are doing this service so that in future all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas today, tomorrow's Yathatya, today it might be happening there, must be happening there, not might, must be happening there in Gundicha temple, all the cleaning and all the things which are mentioned in this chapter will be happening there right now, which will be somehow discussing in whatever limited time we have. So Krishna's pastimes are amazing. As he was in Ujjain, so I asked devotees, some devotees, what is the most special thing in Ujjain? So there's Mahakaleshwaram temple. Everybody goes and takes darshan of Mahakal there. I said, any other thing? Other thing we don't remember. Have you visited Sandipuni Muni ashram, where Krishna sat down as a disciple and learned all the 64 colors in one day? At night he remembered and revised, and in morning he was ready to say back also. So Krishna did all the learning in one day, which people take 1 or 2 years. That was amazing thing which happened in Sandipuni Muni ashram. So he's a Jagat Guru. Krishna is Jagat Guru. What all pastime we see in our Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna instructed so many devotees. Any examples which you recollect? Like Krishna is instructing other devotees in various incarnations. Rishabdev instructing 100 sons. Kapil Dev instructing Devhuti Mata. Krishna instructing in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna instructing as in 11th canto, Udhav Gita, where Krishna instructs Chatushka Maharaj. Vyasdev himself is Krishna. As a literary incarnation, he has written Srimad Bhagavatam and all the Puranas. So he's Jagat Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. He's a Jagat Guru. He can instruct anyone. He's the supreme spiritual master. But what task he's taking right now? To clean the temple of the Lord. So Krishna does, whenever he does things, he does it like to set an examples for others. So although he became a disciple of Sandipuni Muni and took all the 64 that kalas, he learned it very nicely and revised it in the night also. But he also instructed everyone as a best guru and best friend of everyone. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the best teacher in this way, telling everyone how this Gundicha temple needs to be clean. One person, one devotee was sharing this example that one time Modi ji, he took a, I don't know when it happened, but somebody was sharing that there was a thing which he executed in the entire India, that he will plant, all the Indian people will plant 8 crore trees. 8 crore पेड़ लगाएंगे पूरे भारत में. So that thing was there, 8 crore वृक्ष लगाना पूरे भारत में. But when that whole event was happening in India, he was himself planting one tree in his courtyard. So that pictures were taken, then it was circulated that the leader also is doing it, planting one tree. So similar thing you can say Mahaprabhu did very earlier, that he personally was cleaning the temple of Lord where Lord will come, so that he can inspire everyone to take up that service. And one another shloka which I have written here is about Lakshmi Devi. She also cleans. She takes pleasure in cleaning, and she does it so that one time at least Lord Vishnu gives a very beautiful glance on her. Shri Rupani Kvanayati Charanaravindam Leelambujana. She's whirling a lotus flower in her hand, and she's roaming around in the house of Lord Vishnu. Hari Sadmani. Mukta dosha. She is not having any faults in her character. She is not having any other thought than just to serve Lord Vishnu. Samlakshate spatika kodya upeta hemni. Hemni is gold, and different jewels are there on the pillars. Sometimes people have that floors which have different colors. Marble chips they put in the floor, and it looks like different colors are there on the floor. But here, Lakshmi Devi is having a floor which is filled with gold. Silver is very cheap actually for Vaikuntha. So others, so many jewels are there which is on the pillar, and Spatika, Kudya, Hemni is gold. Everywhere it's there. And she's searching out. Is there some dust particle anywhere? Oh, why you are searching for dust particle? If I clean that particle, then Lord Vishnu will be pleased with my service. That's what the mood of Lord Chaitanya also. So now, when they were planning to start this service of cleaning, किंतु घट समाजनी बहुत चाहिया आज्ञा देह आजी सब इहा आनी दिया. If we need to clean this huge temple of Gundicha, we need lot of brooms, and we need lot of ghata, ghada or pots, so that we can clean the temple with water. From where you will bring the water? Oh, nearby Indudum Sarovar is there. Everybody will come, and they will bring. So what they did, they brought thousands and thousands of pots and hundreds of brooms, so that they can clean this temple. नूतन एक शत घट शत सम्मार्जनी पड़ीछा आनिया दिले प्रभुरा इच्छा जानी. As soon as they came to know that the desire of Lord Chaitanya to clean this temple of Gundicha, everyone brought hundreds of pots, and everyone brought hundreds of brooms, and they placed there and they were distributing. So the setup has been done, but the cleaning will start tomorrow. In the evening, they have done the setup. When they understood the desire of Lord Chaitanya, they did this setup in the evening. What lesson we can get? When the day of service is there, that time we should not plan. Before that, only the planning and execution things has to be there. Just like tomorrow we are having Rath Yatra in Kudu Senwada. So today we are going and planning something there, so that tomorrow it doesn't become an emergency. So they have, although it's a very small thing, broom and everything, but if it's there, it saves the time and creates enthusiasm next day. So now the leader has inspired, the followers have brought the things which need to be for cleaning purposes. Now the leader might say, it's okay now, I can sleep. Tomorrow the people will come, they're inspired, and they're my followers. Tomorrow they will clean the whole temple. Aradina prabhate layale jagana Shrihaste sabara anga lepina chandana. Prabhate, early morning, Lord Chaitanya woke up before everyone. And when everybody was coming and entering into the Gundicha temple, Sri Haste, by his own beautiful hands, Lord Chaitanya gave the brooms to everyone. And what else he did? Okay, you are my followers, you should do this service. No, first he actually decorated everyone's head by Chandan. So I remember one time, I think 15 years back or 12 to 13 years back, I was serving in Govardhan in one of the yatra, like Radhanath Maharaj yatra. So I was having a service of cooking sweets with Damodar Prabhu. So Damodar Prabhu called me that tomorrow morning milk is coming at 4 a.m. because the vehicle is not allowed inside the Govardhan area. So early morning the vehicle will come and you can take all the milk out and then the vehicle will go back. It's at 4 a.m. early morning. And then I was wondering, where are others? I am there just to transfer. A few other people were there. So we together, we were transferring that milk from one big van to some pots. I was thinking that I am doing such great service in the morning. Then I saw Gaurangpur coming there and he was pulling up his last bead. He has completed his rounds, all the 16 rounds. Is going to start at 4 a.m. The cooking. He wakes up at 2:30 in the yatra and starts cooking. I was very much humbled at that time. I was thinking that I've woken up so early and doing this seva. He will also start at that time, but he has completed his rounds also. So that's how Lord Chaitanya is also before everyone came, he was there and to serve everyone as a leader of the whole event which is going to happen. Shri Haste Dila Sabara Eka Eka Marjani Saba Gana Laya Prabhu Chalila Apani. He then gave each devotee a broom with his own hand, and taking all of them personally with him, the Lord went to Gundicha. So, sometime in Christian tradition, and they praise Lord Jesus because one time Jesus called all his servants and he was washing their feet. Jesus was personally washing everyone's feet. So everybody was very humbled by seeing the activity of Jesus washing everyone's feet, like Lord Chaitanya is doing to everyone who is being welcomed. But another comparison is given Jesus washed the feet of all his followers. But Lord Krishna actually served the horses of his followers. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is the king, and Arjuna is fighting on behalf of Yudhishthira Maharaj in the war. And when the horses became tired of running in the field, in the war, Lord Krishna personally got down, gave them some grass, personally massaged the feet of the horses because it is a very critical thing. If the horses are tired and in between they stop or tremble, then Arjuna, who is sitting behind, he can't shoot and his enemy will be far off or very near to shoot him. So it's very critical services. So it is said that for a perfect leader or a very inspiring leader, he does the most critical things by his own hand. Like I've seen Gaurangpur, whenever the cooking happens, although many items are poured inside the mixture of cooking, but when the chonk is there, he does it himself because that's a very crucial aspect of masala and everything. So he does it himself. So crucial services should be done either in front of you, like if something is there which is a skilled thing of a labor, it should be done either in front of you or either by yourself, another by yourself. So here Lord Chaitanya is personally seeing that everyone is getting a broom, everybody will clean properly. In this way, he is Gundicha Mandira Gela Karite Marjana Prathame Marjani Laya Karile Shobhana. In this way, the Lord and his associate went to clean the Gundicha temple. At first, they cleaned the temple with the brooms. भीतर मंदिर ऊपर सकल माजिला सिंहासन माजी पुनः स्थापन करिला. So when even a small effort of cleaning, it should be systematic. Here Lord Chaitanya is saying, first clean the top. Don't be foolish to clean the floor first. First clean the top, then the simhasana. When all the dirt has been gathered of the top and the walls and the simhasana, then the floor will be cleaned. And first you have to broom it, not start mopping. What? Don't throw water anywhere because it will become mixed with the dirt and it will be difficult to clean. So everyone was instructed first we will clean the top and the nearby all the small temples which is there in the Gundicha temple, and then the Simhasana. When all the dust will come, then we will see how much dust has been collected by each one of you, and the person who collects the more dust must be having a great devotion to serve. And the person who is having very less dust, it doesn't show that he is having less devotion, but he has to make a feast for everyone. He should bring cakes and pastries for everyone who are serving in this temple cleaning. Chota bada mandir kaila marjan ashodhana. Searching every nook and corner of small and big temples, they started cleaning. Pache Taiche Shodhila Shri Jagamohana. Jagamohan is a temple hall of that Gundicha temple where the Lord Jagannath will come and sit, that hall. So they first very thoroughly started cleaning then Jagamohan, the Kirtan hall. Charadika Shata Bhakte Sammarjani Kare Apani Shodhana Prabhu Shikhani Sabare. Many times this verse comes in Apane Sikhainu Prabhu Sikhainu Sabare, that he himself practices and then preaches to everyone. Charadika Shata Bhakta Sammarjini Kare. Hundreds of devotees were engaged in cleaning all around the temple, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally carrying out the operation just to instruct others. So in this way, he was inspiring others and himself also cleaning everywhere. So one time, Srila Prabhupada was in Prayagraj, and there, Prabhupada was having an advanced age, more than 70. So all the devotees were there in Prayagraj, and devotees have come first time to Prayagraj, and they were seeing everyone going and taking bath in the ghat, Prayagraj ghat, and they were knowing some glories that Prabhupada has told. This is a sangam where there is a confluence of the rivers, and it's very important. And every in Hindu culture, in Vedic culture, it's very important to take bath. They were knowing these glories, but it was a very cold season. So nobody was approaching and going taking bath there. So they were thinking if Prabhupada is not going, why we should go? We should be staying with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada actually observed this thing that nobody is going and taking bath. They're although practicing bhakti tradition with me, but they should also take bath. So Prabhupada slowly removed his clothes and went into that cold water and started taking bath. Then everybody was enthusiastic to go and take bath because Prabhupada is going, we should also go. So this is how a perfect leader, Lord Chaitanya is also himself doing so that others also are inspired. One time, Radhanath Maharaj in Chopati, he was telling in Kali Yuga there is a tendency to always remain unclean. There is a tendency in the mind to remain unclean. But we should clean our temples like spick and span. There should not be any dust anywhere. We should be very thoroughly cleaning our temples. So there was a 1 hour lecture on this by Maharaj, instructing and very seriously telling how we should maintain our temple, deities, backup rooms, and all these things. So he was instructing everyone, and this was happening before lunch. Lunch prasad happens at 12:30 something in Chopati. So there was a culture. Right now, Maharaj is not staying much in Chopati, but whenever Maharaj was there, Prabhuji might be knowing very much in detail that everybody used to wait till the time Maharaj comes, and then everybody used to start. Serving happens, Maharaj sits there, everybody sings. What bhajan? Ek dina Shanti Pure. Those things were very beautifully, we saw some glimpse of before coming here. So this was happening and Maharaj was there, and but before this lunch time, he gave that lecture of cleaning. That in Kali Yuga, people are little lazy in their cleanness standards. So Maharaj was telling all this to brahmacharis and some of the leaders. And then lunchtime happened and everybody came down and everybody was sitting. Yes, Maharaj has told we will do that someday. Sometime we will do. But Maharaj didn't came below to take prasad. And everybody, like seniors, are waiting. It's half an hour now. Is there some meeting going on? So some of them went and saw what meeting is going on. We are all here. Maharaj is having meeting with whom? Let's see. And they went and saw that Maharaj was cleaning the temple hall. Maharaj was cleaning the veranda. Which one of the senior devotee was cleaning everywhere. So Maharaj, we will do that later. Why you are doing right now? It should start. Maharaj said it should start. Whenever it's instructed, it should start. If not you, somebody should start this cleaning. So to emphasize that thing, he personally started cleaning. And we saw in how in Pune Yatra, wherever Maharaj used to stay, He used to personally clean that room, personally clean that and make it sure that it's not untidy. So this is how then management in Chopati took it very seriously and the cleanliness standard was improved. So when the leader takes it up, then the whole yada yada acharati shrestha tattva tarojana very easily it goes down. So when service is given, when somebody is given some service, sometime it becomes very dry because you're dealing with material objects, you're dealing with material things. Sometimes you're dealing with people also who are materially inclined. So they are not having proper consciousness and they're not devotees. We have to deal with so many people. So the formula which Lord Chaitanya gave to everyone was प्रेमोल्लास क्षोधन लायन कृष्ण नाम भक्त गण कृष्ण कहे करे निज काम. Whatever service everybody has been given, do that service with love in your heart and chanting Krishna's name. If you chant Krishna's name, like we know the famous Govinda Damodara Madhaveti verses where different activities are performed by devotees, different acts are performed by gopis, but they are always singing the songs of Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, like that. So there was a famous thing which goes around which says मुख में राम राम बगल में छुरी बोलते हैं. ये सब मूवी से फेमस हो गया, मुख में राम राम बगल में छुरी. But actually earlier it was मुख में राम राम हाथ में हरि का काम. So when we are doing Lord's Hari act, we can chant very easily Lord's name and we can accomplish that task very easily. And example is given of Yashoda Mai. एकदा ग्रहदाशीषु यशोदानंद गेहिनी कर्मांतरा नियुक्तासु निर्मंथा स्वयं ददी यानि यानि ह गीतानि तद्बालचरितानि च ददी निर्मंथने काले स्मरन्ति तानि अगायता. Yashoda Mai herself is setting an example that when you are doing service, it becomes very nice, conscious, and service is also very done very easily if the glories are sung. Similarly, when we do dressing, we play Prabhupada's step, or some devotees, when they memorize some shlokas, they sing also while doing that. So it becomes very easy. One devotee was sharing, there is an example in Uttar Pradesh, there is one shop. Earlier, the old person was there, he was running that shop. Now the culture is spoiled. People are sitting and watching videos when they are not having any work in their shop. Earlier, when he was having time, and he was like, everybody comes to the shop, Kirana shop, and ask, ये क्या है, ये क्या है, ये कितने दाम है? So he used to say, this is Chola Ram, this is Dal Ram, this is Chana Ram. So he used to add a Ram's name in end of every item, so that somebody asks, why you are chanting this Chola Ram, Dal Ram? I am spending my time just pronouncing the names of all Kirana items. I'm just adding Lord Ram's name so that some benefit of chanting Lord's name I will get. So in this way, very easily sometimes. And we see in yatras also how to cook so many chapatis. I used to, if someone outside, if some other person comes who is not a devotee, and if he comes and sees those matajis making chapatis, immediately some thought can come in his mind. These matajis are getting harassed or exploited. So much work they are doing, they're not paid. They're just for singing Lord's name. They are actually brainwashed. But actually, it becomes very easy. If they're not singing the glories of the Lord, the whole service will become very difficult, actually. So, if you are somebody is having proper consciousness and remembering some glories of the Lord in his heart and mind, then it becomes very easy to perform those services. Like there is a concept of work from home. We can have a work with holy name. We can do some activities adding holy name in between. धूलि दूसर तनु देखिते शोभन कहाँ कहाँ अश्रु जले करे सम्मार्जन. So at some places, when the dhuli was, if you clean the top of the temple, what will happen? The dhuli will come upon us. So then we will be decorated by the dust of that temple. So by this, Lord Chaitanya and all the devotees, when they saw the form of Lord Chaitanya decorated with the dust of the temple, they remembered the verse from, it is not quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but theme is given. Atati yad bhavan ahani kananam. When Krishna used to come from the forest, and all the gopis used to see Krishna decorated with the dust of Vrindavan, which is raised by the hoods of the cows. So that decoration is similar to the decoration when Lord Chaitanya is being decorated with the dust of Gundicha temple. Kutila kuntalam Shri Mukham Chate. The talcum powder which falls of the dust of Vrindavan is like a talcum powder for Krishna. So his beauty increases. So similarly, beauty of Yashoda Mai also increases when she does services for Krishna. Swamatu Swinna Gatraya Vishrista Kabara Sraja. Drishtva Parishrama Krishna Kripayasi Swamandane. So Krishna gets bound up. So earlier ladies and Metajis and some gents used to do these physical activities at home because his natural machines have been stopped at home. People are going to artificial machines in gym and doing the same sweating. It many people used to do at home. तीना धूलि झिंकुर सब एकत्र करिया बहिर्वासे लाया फैलाए बाहिर करिया तृणा धूलि झिंकुर grains, particles, straws, everything was collected very thoroughly. He gathered it all in his cloth and threw it outside. Eimat bhaktagana kari nijavas trinadhuli bahira phile param hari. So they were getting very joyful of doing all these activities. So one time in one Rath Yatra, somewhere in India only, I don't know where exactly it was, but some very major city, Rath Yatra was happening and MLA was invited to, and MLA was thinking so much crowd will be there. It happens in our Rath Yatra, so much crowd happens. So when they come, it happens for them also a publicity for their own political parties. Like tomorrow also, some people are invited in Vada and Kudus. So when they will come, their publicity happens that we are there with you in this tradition of celebrating Rath Yatra. And people also notice this person has come, so next time they can vote him. So this MLA came and he was telling, but where I will stand and speak something? There is no stage. You are roaming around on the Rath on the field. So where is the stage where I will stand? So somebody told, stage is not there, but you can get on the top of the Rath and you can speak something. So in front of Lord, yeah, you can. You are very blessed. Go in front of Lord and take blessings, and then you can speak something, whatever you want to speak. You want to inspire or voting, whatever. You go and speak in top of the earth. So then he went and spoke. So then it is said, then now the Rath will move. So somebody immediately brought one jhadu and gave to him. So a little hesitant, this jhadu. So he was watching all his followers, political followers. ये झाड़ू लूं क्या मैं? हाथ में मेरे को झाड़ू दे रहे. So they were not knowing this culture that the very prominent person gets the first chance to do brooming in front of Jagannath. In Jagannath Puri, there is a culture that when Lord Jagannath's cart moves, Pratap Rudd Maharaj in his dynasty, everyone, the kings, they come and broom. So MLA was worried. TV media is also there. They will click my photos that I'm brooming in front of the Rath. So whether I should take this broom or not, then devotees took him aside and told all the glories. Then he was happy. The golden covered broom was given and he was brooming. In this way, sometimes people don't know much of the glories. So Prabhu kahe last look, although chapter is there more, or I will just summarize what is ahead. So many of the devotees they collected the dust and the heaps were collected. One incident happened that one devotee, when they were throwing water everywhere on the walls, cleaning like this and this. So one devotee threw water on the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya at that time. He was cleaning the Simhasan of Lord, where the Lord Jagannath will come and sit. So one devotee took that opportunity and threw water on his lotus feet and caught also and drank it. So Lord Chaitanya outwardly became little angry. Why he is doing this? Make him aside. उसको थोड़ा दूर लेके जाओ. You should not do this. One time it happened. Again, the cleaning started and everybody was cleaning. And it was said that how rivers were coming out of Gundicha temple. The dust rivers and all the water which was thrown inside the temple, it was coming out of the Gundicha temple as if rivers are coming out. So when this was happening, another devotee, again he did the same thing. He washed the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. Again he started drinking the water. This time, to set an example for all the followers of Gaudiya Vaishnava, Mahaprabhu instructed that in the mandapa of the Lord, where Lord is there, no one should touch the feet of his even spiritual master. Prabhupada writes there in the purport that one should not touch the feet of even your spiritual master, respectful spiritual master. In the temple hall, we should not do. We can do pranams, we can offer obeisances because he's our dearest spiritual master, but we should not touch or wash. These things should not be done in the temple hall. Prabhupada writes there in the purports. And this incident, when it happened, that devotee which he did second time, he was thrown out of the service. He was like told, you should go out of the temple. And there, Lord Chaitanya says to Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Prabhu, your Bengali Vaishnavas are like this. Your Gaudiya Vaishnavas are like this. They should not repeat this mistake. So I'm instructing that in the temple hall, these things should be avoided. We are having Simhasana where Lord Jagannath will come and he's washing my feet. Although he himself is Lord, but to set an example as a bhakta, he is telling all these things. So in this way, the whole temple was cleaned, and then the Rath Yatra next day happens. Prataprut Maharaj gets a blessing by seeing Lord Chaitanya dancing in every places of 7 parties. By mystic arrangement, Lord Chaitanya was dancing and Prataprut Maharaj was able to see. There were 3 circles: first circle, second circle, third circle. So in the third circle, Prataprut Maharaj was standing with Harichandan. Harichandan was there, his servant, and he was standing. Prataprut Maharaj was standing. And in front of them, Srivas Thakur was ecstatically dancing in the before circle. So Harichandan told that Prataprut Maharaj is not getting a chance to see Lord Chaitanya dancing. So one time he tapped on the back of Srivas Thakur. Please get aside. Prataprut Maharaj will see Lord Chaitanya dancing. So Srivas Thakur said, who is there? Who is this tapping on my behind? I'm busy in seeing Lord Chaitanya and dancing. So 2, 3 times it happened. And Srivas Thakur, third time it happened, he moved back and slapped Harichandan, slapped on the face. And Pratap Maharaj says, Bhagyavan tumi tumhara sparsha hoila, hasta sparsha hoila. You are very fortunate that you are getting a slap from Srivas Thakur. You are getting a touch of the hand of a pure devotee. And then the Rath Yatra was happening, and sometime Lord Jagannath was moving, sometime he was stopping according to his own will. Everybody knows Lord Jagannath moves by his own will. So one time when the Rath stopped and Kirtan was happening very beautifully, Lord Chaitanya personally went and pushed the Rath. And then the Rath was smoothly moving. So these were some of the pastime. There were many, but the time is now over. Tomorrow also somebody might give some class on Jagannath pastimes. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Gundicha Marjan ki jai.